Hello, hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is ShadowRun Dragonfall. We're right back where we left off here, underneath the Kurtz Bazaar. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, so if anyone out there knows the proper way to say that, say that, please let me know. Home sweet home. You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man awaits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Paul Amsel. Something bad happened, hasn't it? He stepped forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face. Light glinting off his steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord. Part deal-maker and part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team, and he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she? His face has gone ashen, he swallows. Takes a moment to chew the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Let's see. It's in the vault when the security got her while I was jacked in. It was over in an instant. The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking safe, the next she was on the ground screen. Something in the vault security system got her. I've seen mana hit black ice before. This was something worse. Glory nods, her motions robotic and sparse. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right, Iger thrust glove finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. Let's see. Brush your finger away. That's bullshit, Iger. You weren't even in the room. Shove her hand in there. Poke me again. I dare you. Ignore it. Let it happen. Jacked in. She screamed and she seized. By the time we saw it was too late. Say nothing. I'm gonna ignore it. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and microtremors are good indications of Decker's in distress. I'm assuming you don't have anyone keeping an eye out for those. No? If you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in a basement. Oh, shove off, Iga. We're all here on the lookout for physical security, Aiduken included. Throwing her under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under the bus is exactly where she belongs. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Iger turns to focus back on you. If you'd been paying attention, you would have figured all of this out on your own by now. You've known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse. Expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Iger, don't. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your fault. That is enough! Amsel's voice comes back as a roar. His fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Aiduken can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there, something that we were not supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're still in danger. He pauses. He rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Let's see. The state was just confronted for what was going on in the basement. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. Monica lived long enough to say the name Forswain. She thought she had to tell us. It must be important. Amsel seems to be taken aback. He paused for a moment. The Fire Wing, that's unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. Fire Wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You're far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Fierswing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Firewing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases, and there is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Arden Vauclair. Well, the help of the Luftwaffe, of course, but it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was so important as an event you make it out to be, I'm surprised that we've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iger, not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of the Firewing is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. All right, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-decked dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any idea why? Amsel's voice trembles in frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Firewing has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's still one thing I don't know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, and slowly releases it. I will look into this. I will find answers. In the meantime, do you have anything else of value? Well, let's see. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about the orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. He's had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. And if the grafts come from legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I'll see what I can find out. Do you note anything else during the run that may be of value? The estate was just a front for whatever is going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. The facility looked serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places that don't spring up overnight. All in secret, the owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we got. That's not much. Amsel nods, his face drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Who paid for this run? You still haven't said a thing about our client yet, Paul. What are you holding on? Whoever sent us knew what we were getting into. We were set up. Wait, we're missing something. Amsel explained. I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job, but she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be prominent activist in the F-state police political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux State, he sighs. Winters swore that the data he was after was critical to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that's all it took. Alright. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead, then. Yes, most definitely. It's clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to Rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There's a man in the cruise bazaar, a Turk named Altug Berkazigi. He owns a little soy calf shop down the way called Cafe Chezve. Chivaz? This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. You think he would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with the Green Winters, I asked Altung. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. I'll talk to Altung and see what Winters. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time I pay Altung a visit. Best to be cautious in our line's work. Should I go meet him, then? Yes, tell him I sent you. I'll do what I can to dig information that you've uncovered recently, sparse that it may be. Ooh, alright. Karma gain. Love it. Let's go spend that karma. Now, again, I've not... willpower. That's the one. Increase the spell book. Alright. Nice. Spell casting. Go us. And now it looks like we can talk to everyone. Well, let's go around. Paul. Aiduken. Amsel peers at you through the battered pair of wire-rimmed glasses, his eyes bloodshot, his expression. Did you get the information on Green Winters? No, not yet. Then please continue working. Okay. Well, let's talk to Dietrich. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still remains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman that you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, he still radiates, or there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Aiduken, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. To Monica, Prost, take the bottle. You go ahead and toast to Monica. I'm drinking to revenge. I don't drink. You drink to Monica. I object. To Monica, Prost. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise, you catch the intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. The taste is taste of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow the swig and return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle and then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Aiduken. What made you choose to come to Berlin? What do you want to know? I had my reasons. I'd rather not talk about it. Nothing particular. I don't have time for long conversation. Yeah, why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved from the Rhine-Ruin megaplex. Made it sound like you've been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads men to wonder why you picked up and moved here. A member of my old crew betrayed me. Ain't that a pisser? I can handle all sorts of things, but betrayal always makes me see red. Yeah, I know the feeling. I tried to make him answer for it, but the bastard got away. Right there with you. I ventilated the son of a bitch before I left Reflex. There's extenuating circumstance. If he didn't do what he did, his family would have paid the price. But he got away. The piece of direct cut and run? That's rough, friend. Dietrich takes another swig from his bottle, then shrugs. So he got away, but who knows, right? Maybe you'll catch up to him someday. So, after all this went down, you decided to bail out of the Ruthplex and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't much more for me in the Ruthplex, and Monica made me a hell of an offer. Yeah. Ah, yes, Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns attention to you. It all came back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Ah, why do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. He sighs. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery, and if you could shed any light on them, I would appreciate. I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did have a mysterious way about her. So it's a deal between you two. Don't leave me in suspense. We were business associates, nothing more. Well, that's your loss, chummer. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Anyway, take enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me for what it's worth. I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Aw, Dietrich. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps from around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges from the room, head hanging low. Oh, shit, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales, but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop, kept, closed his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Let's see. Yeah, he needs comforting. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog's going with you, Aiduken. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it, then a slow, melancholy smile across his face. Well, perhaps part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altung, mein Fräulein. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now, I think we should all take a moment. His lips tighten. For Monica. Well, let's see. What's back here? Ah, the item stash. Iger glares at you, then you can taste the bile in her stare. Clearly she blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? Alright, we need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, Aiduken. One of these days we're gonna hash it out, and you can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends, but it won't be today. Fair enough. Before go, I have something else to say. Spit it out. Let's hear it. Let's see. You owe me an apology. You had no right to call me out like that in front of the team. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. Never mind. You owe me an apology. She replies with good conscience. You want to step away from me, Aiduken, right now. No, actually I don't, unless you intend to make me leave. It's tempting, Aiduken, Really tempting, but no, I won't hurt you, not unless you give me reason to. Alright. And I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment and then looks away. Best of luck with that, Aiduken. Now please, leave me alone. Fine, I will. Oh, let's talk to Glory. Glory is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their uh, delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking is a heavy loadout of cyberware. From head to toe, she looks composed of more plastic and metal than she of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Gloria's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Aiduken, Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is cold. Can I help you? Spellcast and conjuring. Use Astral Perception to read Glory's aura. Without shifting your attention from Glory, you allow your consciousness to partially slip into the astral plane. As your third eye opens to the hidden world around you, you feel the familiar tingle of dormant senses awakening. The room that you are standing in slowly shifts to match its true nature, a lifeless expanse of gray, ugly, and cold. Your own body, however, explodes into a swirling chaos of scintillating color. As the astral plane shimmers into view, you focus on Glory. You can still see her with your corporeal vision, her delicate frame, the bulky cyberware that breaks her silhouette, the faraway look in her eyes, but laid over the top of her physical body there is a slight shimmer, her aura, damaged though may it be. The chrome that Glory is sporting has really done a number on her. Whatever she may have been before she went under the knife, her aura is now reminiscent of the rooms she's standing in, a cold, dead thing, mockingly sculpted into the facsimile of life. Somewhere within the mutilated aura, a shred of humanity awaits, but finding it isn't going to be easy. Suddenly, Glory's body language changes. She looks on her face as somewhere between suspicious and alarm. Got something in my teeth? You're staring. With an aura that this shredded, cyberware and surgery, it's going to take a minute to gather any useful information. Just trying to figure out, Glory. You've got a lot going on beneath the surface. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, did you have salad for lunch? I can't be sure. Looks like kale. Let's be honest. I imagine that we all do, yourself included, and yet you don't find me gawking at you. As Glory speaks, you continue to focus, shifting through the void left by her vintage chrome to find tatters of original essence. Finally, you catch a glimpse of color, a flash of her true self, and beneath it, something else. In a reflexive panic, your third eye slams shut. The hidden world of the astral plane disappears from view, but the afterimage of what you saw remains, twisting in your mind. Glory is, or was, magically active. The shred of her essence that flitted past your vision left you sure of it. What's more, you'd wager that she had real power once, terrifying power, the sort you can only guess at. All of this was surprising, but what you saw beneath her aura chilled you to the core. There was something connected to Glory's essence, a metaphysical tether stitched into the fabric of her soul. It reminded you of a leash. You can't say for sure what is holding the other end, but whatever it was enormous and ancient and cruel. You can't shake the feeling that, as you looked into it, it stared back at you. Trembling, you find yourself back in the mundane world, Gloria staring at you, her neutral expression ever so slightly tingled with annoyance. How you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You sure you look like you're a million miles away? I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. Okay. We need to talk about what I saw in your aura. I knew this would happen. Look, my aura is my own business, and none of yours, understand? Let's see. Agreed, but I saw something there tied to your aura, as much my business as yours. I saw it As it saw me, Glory. Or, look, I know you're protective of your past. I can respect that. But something terrible is happening to you, and I can't help you if we let. And I can help you if you let me. Yeah. It isn't happening. Gloria's lips curl into a sneer. It happened a long time ago, and I fixed it. What you saw was nothing compared to how it used to be, and you shouldn't have been looking in the first place. She paused for a moment, the hard expression on her face. Look, I understand that you're trying to help me, and I appreciate it. I do, but I'm not ready to talk about this yet. Maybe we get to know each other a little better, okay? Until then, give me my space. Well, fine then. That I can at least respect a bit more. Better than what Iker was saying and doing. God, Dante, you stomp good. Alright, and here's a good place, here's what looks like a good place for a break. So, here's where I'll say thank you all for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my content as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. And you know I do because I just keep making videos. It's hard for me to stop. If you like this video, however, please remember to do that usual YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, but best of all, could you share? Because sharing is caring, and it's, it only takes a moment, and it's free, and it's easy. So, yeah, please share these videos. That would be wonderful. Otherwise, please check out the links in the description section down below. I'd love to see you all on my Discord channel. I'd love meeting friends and meeting friends and making friends. And of course, everyone likes it. Everyone likes making money. So if you also would like to check out my Patreon campaign or my Teespring store, I'd also appreciate that. For those who check out the Patreon page, there's a slew of wonderful rewards, including early access to all my videos and even Patreon exclusive ones. So anyway, thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you all next time.